I am Rotaractor Mozie Micheal, 500 level student, Department of Agric and Bioresources Engineering, Faculty of Engineering. I am the President, Rotaract Club, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Born into the family of 5 kids and 2 parents. I'm a twin. I'm a jolly good fellow, I guess. Okay, first of all, I think it's important to know that Rotaract is a child born out of Rotary. It was founded in 1968, somewhere in Northern California, United States of America. The initial name was actually Rotary International Youth Program, but as it stands now, Rotaract is the well-known name. It's an organization recognized all over the world. The basic, our motto per se, service to humanity. The Rotaract Club of University of Nigeria is actually an institutional-based club, somewhat more effective than other community-based. We have one of the strongest number in the country and a good number of recognizable achievements so far. Our meetings, we meet normally. This is an institutional-based club, like I said. If you were community-based, they would meet every week. But seeing as we are regulated by the school calendar and all, when school is in session, we try to meet twice a month at least. And we call our meetings fellowship, actually. Except for that, we have other functions, other projects that we carry out around the school campus, and basically that's when our meetings go. How does one become a member of Rotaract Club? Well, it's at the discretion of their ethics chairman. The ethics chairman is it's a provisional office. The ethics and membership chairman handles the recruitment. But getting into the Rotaract Club of the University of Nigeria, I think so far I have found out that it's the most rigorous activity. You come for an interview session which lasts about 6 hours. First of all, you get lectures on what Rotaract is about, then you write a written exam. After the written exam, you go through an oral interview. After the oral interview, you have a simulation with all the intending Rotaractors. From there, you are put on probation. If you pass, you get inducted into the club. After being inducted, you have 3 months of observation. We watch you and we notice your movement. After 3 months, if you have filled all necessary criteria, you get accorded with the pin, the Rotaract pin, and from there you can be addressed as Rotaractor. So that's it. Okay, our dress code, like I said before, Rotaract Club of University of Nigeria, we are one of the most outstanding clubs in the district. Our dress sense has been something that we have been known for over the past few years. Personally, people get to learn about proper dressing. What do I mean by proper dressing? In the sense of you don't wear a plain shirt with a plain tie, you don't wear a pattern shirt with a pattern tie. All of these things, you don't necessarily learn them outside. You don't put your tie clip after your 3rd button or your 4th button. You put it after your 2nd button. Your traditional attire should always be with your cap. All of these things are what you learn while getting into the club. We have our dress code, and then this is what we actually live by. The last thing you want to do is come for a Rotaract fellowship improperly dressed. Trust me, you go home and change and definitely come back. And as for our donation is always voluntarily. I mean, it's a charity organization, so what's the basis of you joining the club if you can't give in your time, number one, and your finance? So if it comes to donation, we come together. If we have a service project, the house comes together, we bring up means to generate these funds, and then funds are created in-house. Sometimes if it gets too heavy for us, we go to our sponsor club, which is the Rotary Club of Nsukka. That's our sponsor club, and they support us in the way that they can. But so far, most of what we do, most of our projects, the funds are generated in-house within the club members. Okay, benefit as a Rotaractor. Well, number one is what we learned being a Rotaractor. There's no greater joy, there's no way of finding yourself than losing yourself in the service to others. That number one is a benefit. Number two, it's a thing of class, actually. It's a thing of pride to walk around the school campus saying, I am a Rotaractor. You must have earned the right to be one. The school administration actually recognizes the club, not just for it being a club, but for our numerous impact in the school environment. Example, we have put in hanging line around all female hostel. We go for charity walks around the school campus, donations. We support students in paying their school fees occasionally. All of these things, when you see a Rotaractor, you cannot just help but respect that person because, I mean, come on. These are ordinary students coming out to do these extraordinary things. Beautiful question that people ask, how do we influence the life of students academically and school-wise? I mean, you're in your university environment, so most importantly, your studies is very, very important. You go to class, you learn things, but that's what you learn from Rotaract is what you can learn in class. I mean, the exposure. We go on functions, we go on trips, we go to different places. I personally have traveled to about 10 states in this country, all because of Rotaract. In each of those trips, I learned one or two things about different culture, about different places. Occasionally during our fellowship, we have debates. Occasionally during our fellowship, we have seminars. All of these things exposes people, brings them out to things that they are not usually acclimated with. So basically, I think that's it. It goes a long way than what we learn in class. It's practical.